Welcome to Kirkland's Outdoor Sculpture Gallery on Park Lane. It was Kirkland's city's vision in 2015 to create a space that was a living street, so an open air plaza where people could shop and dine and have community events here. In 2017, Park Lane was awarded as one of the best top 5 streets in the U.S. by the American Planning Association, and there's a plaque to tell more about that award. And as a result of that remodel, the Kirkland Cultural Arts Commission decided this was a great opportunity to create a place where there could be an outdoor rotating sculpture gallery where 6 plinths or benches were designed to hold and support those outdoor sculptures. Last year we were excited. Money magazine touted Kirkland as one of the top 3 places to live in the United States, and in that article mentioned our outdoor Park Lane gallery. So excited to be recognized for activating our public spaces. We don't work alone. The Arts Commission is appointed by the City Council, and we depend on our fantastic city staff to help support us in the processes of calls for the artist and for supporting the artists, and then our fabulous public works crew helps us to the artist to install and deinstall that work.
I think the sculpture gallery is really an important part of our mission, simply because it's one of the areas that is the most accessible to most residents of Kirkland. Some of the projects we work on are quite a bit removed from the downtown core, whereas Park Lane is right in the middle of a ton of activity. The theme of this iteration of the gallery is the art of resilience. And I feel like the artists who responded all had very different takes on resilience and coming through the pandemic, and we wanted to reflect those different perspectives.
It does remind us of sort of hope. It's inspired by the dove. In these times, it's nice to have something very joyful and very uplifting. That is by local artists Lynn McJunkin and Milo White, and it is one of our larger pieces that's been installed. So as a commission, we had to work with the artists to make sure that it was acceptable in this community space and how it might interact with the public.
So you have to know that the material is going to do what you think it's going to do. So I scale it up to half scale, manipulate the materials, record what I do to do that, and then when I go full scale, I know it's going to work out. Then when we go full scale, like these cutouts, these are all CNC drawn, so these cutouts are drops. She'll sometimes make a mold with my drawing on the computer, and other times she'll just make a template with cardboard and then make the glass. And then from there, I do the finishes, she does the glass, and it kind of comes to finish. Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I'll take a million pictures of this. I go by every day. I think it's soaring, it's uplifting, it feeds my spirit, and it makes me feel better about everything, like we're all going to be okay.
2 years ago, we were able to move one of the plinths from the first part of Park Lane to the end of Park Lane, so you'll see Ed McCarthy's Cloud 9 nearer to the library. So we'll be able to expand our sculpture gallery to the length of Park Lane.
I typically work in the abstract elements, and this definitely fits in that category. The day I built it, I walked into this studio with no real expectations, and I just sort of let a stream of consciousness take over, and just sort of looking for something light and just more open and free-flowing, and this is sort of what came of it. And you can see some cloud formations and its lightheartedness.
I'm a big mythology buff, so when I saw Robin Momoi's fish statue, it's a combination of Japanese mythology. It's kind of also a guardian fish. That one I really responded to during the call for artists, and that's probably the one I always check on, just because it's got great character to it.
This is a shachihoko, which is kind of a traditional Japanese, originally kind of like a gargoyle. So it's supposed to go on top the tops of temples, intended to like protect buildings from like fires. So hence like the body of a fish is meant to imply that there's like water below it. So normally you would see two of them on the roof of a temple kind of facing each other. And so I was inspired when I had my couple trips to Japan, and from that I kind of wanted to make a bit of my own interpretation. So it's not an exact replica, but it was definitely taken from that inspiration.
The piece that is near Zeke's Pizza, we like to make sure it's a piece that can be interactive with kids.
What I have right here is a kinetic or interactive sculpture called icosahedron. It's kind of a fancy term for a 20-sided shape. I want to say 20-sided die because gamers would recognize this, but it's made using tubular steel, and these panels are cut on the CNC machine out of 3/4-inch MDO board. And this one I call retro space junk because it's got, you know, these rivets and these vents and things. It's just something, you know, if I find it interesting, it's something I want to see out in the world, and hopefully other people enjoy it as well.
I've enjoyed 8 years on the commission. It's a volunteer position, and I encourage community members that are interested in the arts. You don't have to be an artist to be a member. What I've noticed in the 8 years that I've sat on the commission is that art is a part of the beginning of conversations of projects instead of becoming an afterthought.
If you want to Google Kirkland Park Lane Sculpture Gallery, you'll find the webpage on the City of Kirkland website. Provides all the information about what art is on display. Also, all of this art is available for sale directly from the artist. You can get their information there. And as we post another call for artists for the next round, that'll be posted on the City of Kirkland website as well.